The day I saw Prince Olumji bury a man alive, I knew he wasn't just cruel, he was cursed. It was late in the afternoon, and the village square was quiet. I had gone to fetch water from the stream when I heard shouting near the royal compound. Curiosity got the better of me, so I hid behind a tree and watched. The prince stood in the center of the square, his fine robes dusty, a sneer on his face. In front of him was Okechukwu, a farmer who'd spoken out against the prince at the last council meeting. Everyone knew Okechukwu was a brave man, but bravery doesn't protect you from people like Olumji. The prince had accused Okechukwu of stealing yams from the palace fields. We all knew it was a lie. The prince didn't care about the yams. He just wanted to punish Okechukwu for embarrassing him. Dig, Olumji ordered, his voice cold. Okechukwu hesitated, but the prince's guards shoved him toward the ground. They threw a shovel at his feet. Dig! Olumji backed again. Okechukwu started digging. His hands were trembling, but he didn't cry or beg. I could feel my heart pounding as I crouched behind the tree, trying not to make a sound. It took an hour, maybe more, for the hole to be deep enough. By the time Okechukwu stopped, his arms were shaking so badly he could barely hold the shovel. "That's enough," Olumji said, stepping closer. He looked down at the hole, then at Okechukwu. "Get in," he said. Okechukwu stared at him, his eyes wide. "Please, my prince. I have a family." Olumji slapped him hard across the face. "I said, get in." The guards pushed Okechukwu into the hole. He landed awkwardly, his legs twisted beneath him. Then Olumji smiled, a cold, wicked smile that made my stomach turn. "Cover him." The guards started shoveling dirt into the hole. Okechukwu screamed, begging for his life, but they didn't stop. They didn't even hesitate. I wanted to run, to look away, but I couldn't move. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. By the time they finished, the only thing left above the ground was Okechukwu's head. He was crying, his voice hoarse from screaming. Olumji crouched down beside him and whispered something I couldn't hear. Then he stood up, dusted off his robes, and walked away, leaving Okechukwu trapped in the earth. No one came to help him. No one dared. By nightfall, his cries had stopped. After that day, people stopped speaking against the prince. No one wanted to end up like Okechukwu. But the stories about Olumji grew. They said he was protected by dark forces, that he sacrificed those who crossed him to keep his power. I don't know if that's true. But I do know this, the land where Okechukwu was buried never grew crops again. It stayed dry and cracked, no matter how much it rained. Some say it was cursed, a reminder of the prince's wickedness. I left the village a year later. I couldn't stay, not after what I'd seen. But even now, I can still hear Okechukwu screams when the nights are too quiet. And I wonder if the prince ever paid for what he did, or if the darkness he called on is still protecting him even now. Do well to subscribe, like and turn on notifications button for more series.